November, Quebec, 0, Romeo, NQ0R, over.
All right, November, Quebec, 0, what was the last letter?
All right, November, Quebec, 0, what was the last letter? Romeo, Roger, Romeo.
Romeo, Roger, and what's the name there?
Romeo, Roger, and what's the name there? The name here is Mark, Mike Alpha, Romeo Kilo.
Roger, Mark, and what's your location, sir?
Roger, Mark, and what's your location, sir? I'm sorry, what was that?
I'm sorry, what's your location?
I'm sorry, what's your location? Oh, I'm sorry. Southwest Missouri, where I'm at.
Roger, Mark, and what radio are you running today?
Roger, Mark, and what radio are you running today?
We may have doubled there, Mark. What radio are you running today?
We may have doubled there, Mark. What radio are you running today? I'm on a FTDX-101 quarter wave vertical antenna.
FTDX-101, is that a Roger?
FTDX-101, is that a Roger? Roger, Roger.
Roger, well, gosh, if you'd be interested in our setup, the first thing is to be sure that you're in that wide transmit bandwidth, 100 to 2900. Are you familiar with that?
Bandwidth, 100 to 2900. Are you familiar with that? Yes, sir. I spoke to you, close to a year ago, some months ago, and you helped me set up on here, and I basically have not touched it yet. A little bit I have, but pretty much we're just calling to see if I'm doing an audio check pretty much. Just on that 100 to 2900 bandwidth is what I'm calling.
Roger, Mark, trying to find a better copy on you. Why don't you give me about 10 or 15 seconds and tell me about your antenna system. I'll look around and see if I can find a better path. Roger?
Roger, Roger. Yeah. Roger, Roger. Yeah, quarter wave antenna. Antenna is what it is. Recently threw out 60 feet of wire and put a loop on the ground antenna for receiving, which, as far as I'm concerned, is kind of mandatory for running with a vertical like this. So, anyways, did you find a better locale? Last time you did that, I think you ended up down in Atlanta.
Yes, sir. Well, today I'm on my local antenna, which is, I'm running the 7300, and we have a full bandwidth receive capabilities, and you do sound a little heavy in the bottom end now. You've got a lot of bottom end, and you need more top end to balance, or less bottom end. Maybe if you rolled off about 3 clicks of bass, that would help you out. What kind of equalizer is that radio running?
I'm using the parametric EQ that's inside the radio here. And you had me shut the mids off, and they still are off. And then the highs are up pretty high, and the lows are... Well, here, I'll go in there once and look at it.
Okay, now I think you need to have your compressor on. Roger, Roger. That radio probably does that have a P section of EQ controls?
Yes, sir. And the processor is on. I'm not on that screen now, but I've got it set to where I'm running about 10 dB of compression there, over.
Yes, sir. Well, normally, we would suggest running a 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100 on the compression setting, just a third of that compressor. So it would be 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100. Roger?
Okay, I can go in and crank it up here. Okay, here's processor level at 8, and I'll crank it up to
And I'm assuming that's 30 out of 100. Is that a Roger?
Roger, Roger. There's 30 out of 100.
Yes, sir. And then back to your EQ, and you should be flat from 140 cycles. I'm sorry, I've brain fizzled here. From 400 cycles up to 1.5K. Roger, Roger?
What do I got here? On my key parametric, on EQ1, which is on the bottom end, I'm at 200 hertz. EQ level, -6, and bandwidth of 4 is where I'm at the low end.
Okay, so tell you what, why don't you make everything flat from the equalizer before 200 cycles to the one below 2.7 kilohertz. So you would be flat all the way through the mid-range. And then do you have a 2.7 kilohertz?
Yeah, 2.7 is what I'm at in the high end.
All right, so why don't you, do you have capabilities of hitting that 2.7 at plus 2 clicks hotter than what it is right now?
Let's see, I'm at on EQ3, which is 2.7. The level is at 10, and the bandwidth is at 4.
Yes, sir. Okay, let's go back to the bottom end. On the base end, you're at 200 cycles with the 4. And what's your attenuation number?
The level?
Yes, sir.
The level is -6.
Okay, take that to -10.
I can't figure out how to adjust it. I'm keying on it, but I can't turn it down. Oh, here it is. Okay, there's -10.
I think you might have gone the other way. It's to the left side going down, I think. Roger?
Yep, it was at -6, now I'm -10. Is that what you wanted?
Yes, -10, which would be less than what you had a minute ago. Roger?
Right. Did I add?
Okay, and why don't you tell me the best thing you like about your radio, and I'm going to try to get a copy on you on one of the SDRs and see what that sounds like. Roger?
Roger. What do I like about the radio? Pretty much, Roger. What do I like about the radio? Pretty much everything. Steep learning curve on it, for me anyways. Love the receive on this radio. Like the ability to, I can band swap or, go from A to B band back and forth. I can have a separate receive on my B band is what I do on here. So I run that loop antenna, especially here on 40 and 80 and 160 coming up. What else do I like? I don't know, pretty much everything, I guess. How's that sounding?
Yes, sir. I got you with my Virginia SDR. I think you sound really good. And you sound good on my local 7300. So, between those two, I think we've got everything under control. If you would like to hear your audio, if you go to YouTube and do that call letter search for KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook, that should take you to this recording. It'll be cut number 1 in a series of 3,000, Roger, and I'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow.
In a series of 3,000, Roger, and I'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow. Sounds good. Okay, so everything is sounding good. I've gotten a lot of good reports, good audio reports. They tell me, so I knew I couldn't have been too far off.
No, we're just tweaking slightly there. I did notice I'm hearing a little bit of room, which is, I think that's nice, because it sounds like reverb just a little bit, but not a bunch, just a tad, Roger.
Reverb just a little bit, but not a bunch, just a tad, Roger. Yes, sir. It is a little echoey in this room. That's for sure. It is.
But I like it. I think it's. I think get the gorilla tape out and taper it down, Roger.
I think it's
I think get the Gorilla Tape out and taper it down, Roger.
Okay. Now on my compression now, when I'm watching that as I speak, she's going up to 10. Now, I suppose if a holler in there, it'll go up higher, but no, it's staying right in that range. Okay, now that I don't understand. I had it at 8. I'm at 30 now. I don't know, it just doesn't seem like it's swinging. Before when I was adjusting it, swing way up high, so I kept backing it down there, over.
Yes, sir. Well, I'm not real sure, but if your compressor processor is labeled 0 to 100, we want that sucker on a 30. Roger. That would be just a third of its capabilities. Because the thing is, a 3 and a 6, or a 30 and a 60, in your case, are the same, except that you get suck up. If you're running a 60 on that compressor processor, you'll get suck up between words, which you don't want to hear somebody, fighting in the next room or something, So that 3, as far as actually working on the word itself, the 3 does as well as the 6. So I don't like to hear the suck up between the words and breaths and all that. So a 3 does just as good, so that's why we suggest a 3, and it's something you'll never really hear on the air, unlike that 6, which does suck up between words.
Unlike that 6, which does suck up between words.
Roger. Yeah, I was at 8 out of 100, and now I'm at 30 out of 100. So I was, on a 1 to 10 scale, I was 0.8 or 0.08, I guess you'd call it.
Yes, sir. Well, it sounds really good. Now, the real test for that is to dead key your microphone and watch your RF meter for output signals. And if it rises on up there towards 0 level, that's too much compression. You don't want that. And usually a 3 won't suck it. Like I say, a 3 won't suck up like that. Roger.
Usually a 3 won't suck it. Like I say, a 3 won't suck up like that. Roger.
Okay. Yeah, I doubled with you at the beginning of that, but I think I pretty much got it.
Yes, I was just talking about a test. If you were to dead key your mic and watch your RF meter and be looking at be actually looking at your signal and what the compressor is doing, and if the compressor were to come back to the full output, you don't want to run a compressor like that. So you should barely just see that RF level when you dead key a mic with the compressor on at a 3. Roger.
Dead key a mic with the compressor on at a 3. Roger.
Roger.
Yeah, you sounded really good coming from Missouri. Roger.
Yeah, you sounded really good coming from Missouri. Roger.
We'll give you another year and a half or whatever, and we'll give you another call. Over.
Yes, sir. I think we doubled just a little bit. I said you're really sounding good coming from Missouri. Roger.
I think we doubled just a little bit. I said you're really sounding good coming from Missouri. Roger.
Oh, good deal. Yeah, and that echo or that reverb you're hearing, hopefully it's not too terrible bad.
No, sir. It's like about 1% of the signal. That's way back there, just barely detectable, Roger. And my monitoring system is a full frequency monitor system from 20K down to. It's got a subwoofer, so I guess it's down to about 40 cycles. So I'm hearing everything, and this is through a 7300 also. But right now I'm copying the mail on. My Virginia SDR, Roger.
I'm copying the mail on my Virginia SDR, Roger.
Okay, so I'm making a good pass out to Virginia anyway.
Yes, sir. Well, tell me some more here, and I'll go through my SDRs. I've got chevron on the right side of my screen that shows where I am listening, and you can see as I move from one SDR to the other or to my local receiver, there's a light that moves around. You know what that is. And so I'm right now on my Virginia SDR. Why don't you give me a little bit more about ham radio and what you like about it, and I'll run through my SDRs, and you'll be able to see how you're doing at various locations around the country. Roger?
Able to see how you're doing at various locations around the country. Roger?
Oh, okay. All right. That sounds good. All right. Well, anyway, and like I said, I
talked to you till now, and hopefully now it is sounding that much nicer, and it'll be interesting to hear what I sound like over your YouTube channel there. So, anyways, I thank you very much. And hopefully that was enough time to click through there a little bit. Over.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I'm on my Virginia SDR, and I would probably my Georgia SDR would be better, but it's getting a lot of QRM for some reason. There's a lot of horizontal bands running across my screen. I'm not really sure what that is all about, but it's overloading the receiver, it sounds like. So that's why I'm using the Virginia SDR. But I did get around the horn there and then to my local receiver, and you'll notice that my local receiver is showing a lot more bottom end as frequency response as opposed to these SDRs that tend to roll out at about 250 cycles. Roger?
That tend to roll out at about 250 cycles. Roger?
Oh, okay. I see. All right, so it's a little bit like listening to a repeater then, I suppose, like that, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And the, minus the latency. There's, on these SDRs, there is each SDR receiver coming back on the internet has a certain latency. Some are longer than others, And when I go around the horn like that, you can hear a difference of latencies. Roger?
Like that, you can hear a difference of latencies. Roger?
Roger. Yeah, I copy that. All right. So, all right. Very good. Glad to hear it. I look forward to seeing the video, and I appreciate. Thank you for your help on this.
Roger, Mark 73 in Missouri, sir. Thanks for checking in. Appreciate that. You have a great afternoon, a beautiful weekend, and if you get a chance, join us next Friday. We'd love to have you. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.